You recently prevailed in a national and historic argument before the Supreme Court in the landmark case, Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission. Doesn't your position conflict with your personal liberal beliefs?
Sure. I think it's really important that we not mix up, and in my view, a lot of people do, their political, social, cultural views with what's allowed to be said. Now, I was not the lawyer on that case. Ted Olson, a great Washington lawyer, represented Citizens United, but I represented Senator Mitch McConnell in that case. And I did get to be one of the two lawyers that was arguing it. What was that case about? A film was made by a conservative organization denouncing then Senator Hillary Clinton when she looked like she was going to be the Democratic candidate for president in 2008. The entity that made it, this conservative organization, was partially funded by corporate money, not even a whole lot, but partially funded by that organization. Under the statute that was then in effect, any speech endorsing a candidate for federal office or denouncing the election of a candidate to federal office within 60 days of an election or 30 days of a political convention could not be funded by a corporation. And that was the so-called McCain-Feingold law. My view was, and is, that it was inconceivable that a movie denouncing a candidate for president of the United States could be a crime. That's what the statute did. It made criminal that movie if shown on television or on cable or on satellite, if it was shown within that 30-day or 60-day period. And I thought and think that there's nothing that the First Amendment is more about than political speech, speech about who to vote for, speech about who to vote against, and that the fact that the money, some of it in this case, but even if it was all, came from corporations, shouldn't change that. That's what Citizens United stemmed from. That's what Citizens United was about. I mean, I've spent most of my life professionally representing corporations that are involved in the delivery of news to people, newspapers, broadcasters, television stations, museums, and the like. No one ever thought that because the corporate form was what they used, public broadcasting system is a corporation, the New York Times is a corporation, the Washington Post is a corporation. No one ever imagined that because that was so, they wouldn't receive full-fledged, highest level First Amendment protection. So that was where I was coming from, and you're certainly right that there's some conflict between that, certainly in most of my liberal friends, and indeed with some of my more liberal political and social inclinations. But I think there's, in this area, there's nothing more important than trying to put that stuff aside, really trying to put aside what side you're on and the ideological battles in Washington,